This is me 2 years ago with the sole purpose of training is to get abs. So, just like any other teenager with zero knowledge about fitness in my head, the first thing that comes to mind is hitting abs over and over and over and over again in a random park. I would do ab crunches after sets of ab crunches, and you know what? Oh, you want some crunches? Let's do some ab crunches. Ab crunches, ab crunches, ab crunches could describe my workout routine at that point. Also, I forgot, it is also packed with the super high amount of cardio I have to do. After 6 months, I still look like crap. Look at me. That is 6 months later. Oh my god. I not only didn't get abs, but also lose muscle, looks worse in the mirror, and didn't lose a significant amount of fat. And if you're hitting abs 7 days without doing this, you're wasting your potential on gains. So, I will show you the secret to actually shows that visible abs of your under that layer of fat. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Alfred. I went through the gamer nerd to Superman transformation in over 1,000 workouts before I reach 18, and those workouts are still stacking up. I'm not only training my muscles, but also my mind, and I'm here to share my small amount of wisdom on my journey to build my knowledge even further. So if you're interested in this type of educational content, I post once every 2 days. You can subscribe down below. So let's get into the video. To know how to get your visible abs in the first place, we would need to know that what is actually even stopping you from seeing that six-pack chisel ab of yours. What is that thing on top? What is that layer that is covering the inside? The layer of muscle, the abdominal muscles of yours. Let's be real here. You are already having a six-pack. Everyone has the abs muscle. Everyone has it. Or else you would be like, I don't know, R-worded, like you would not be considered normal human. You would not be considered normal human being. In a not a good way. So what is actually stopping you from seeing those six-pack? You already have it. I said that before. I said to you, oh, you already have six-pack, but why am I not seeing it? That is because basically, it's like you being good. It's like you sleeping in your comfy blanket, but in that blanket, you're not seeing your body, right? That is the same thing is happening here. You're basically having that layer of blanket folding over your actual muscle layer, which that is fat. That is basically just body fat. And body fat basically accumulates over the years by you eating, and it creates this as external energy in case of survival, that it will harvest it out so that it keeps you in the state of existing. So basically, training abs 7 days a week, what would it do? You imagine yourself training arms 6 days a week. What would it do? It's the same thing it would do to your abs. It will make your abs bigger. Your arms bigger also. But if you're too fat, when you do a big bicep curls, you would not be seeing the full visibility of the bicep muscle, right? You would not see the separation between the bicep and the tricep. Same thing here with the abs. Even though the abs is getting bigger and stronger, but if there's still a thick layer of fat folding over it, you will not be able to see that six-pack of yours. So why is this the case? This is because you and a lot of versions of you in the past has consumed more calories than it needs to maintain the state of body right now, so it has to take the external energy and put it somewhere. This is an analogy I really love. It's like the tower of metabolism. Everyone has a tower of metabolism in their body. Basically, it's like a skyscraper. Like every time you do an activity, it's one floor of the skyscraper, and another activity, and another activity, and another activity. Even if it's activity you don't think it would cost energy to use, like sleeping, digesting, healing something in your body, or maybe it's just some small thing you don't really cover, like walking to the fridge, just go for a walk outside, playing video games, playing chess. It's like towers and towers and towers, lays up into a skyscraper. But of course, some activities are more intense and cost more energy, so that floor will be thicker or bigger. Then smaller floors stack up, until it creates a big skyscraper at the end of the day. And each of those floors of the skyscraper has its own electricity bill. Basically, you have to pay the overall energy amount. Basically, this tower is representation of how much energy you consume in that day. And each floor will consume a different amount of energy. So how would you get energy to maintain this tower? By consuming foods or calories in general. There's some stuff that I can't really say is food, but people just keep consuming and it has calories or whatever. Yeah, basically, maybe at the end of the day, this tower requires you to intake 2,500 calories worth of electricity, of energy, to maintain the state of tower right now. So what it actually does, that if you have accumulated a good amount of fat in your body, which is you intaking more energy than the tower of metabolism needs to maintain its state right now. So there's excess energy right there. So what does it do? It basically transfers that energy into like a storage, basically like gas tanks or like big gas tanks, so that it could use in the future. So it uses the amount of energy needed to maintain this tower right now, but it stores excess energy in the form of fat, in case you're lacking calories in the day, so that it could cover it up. But after days and days and days, you keep binge eating, just keep eating junk food, those calories just stack up. There's so much more of the gas storage around, and your tower metabolism is still being maintained right there. There's just so much fat in your body, and right now there's so much fat that you can't see your abs. That is actually how you can't see your fat. It's not because you're not training abs enough. It's because your version in the past, like it or not, it's not really responsible or not really doing something that would benefit yourself in the future. It does the thing that kind of makes your future self have to take responsibility for it. So right now, you would have to use up all those energy so that slowly it will have not too much of an excess energy left, and then it shows like that tower around there. Like basically, it's like the skyscraper now has so much factories building around it, and now you can't even see that tower again. You will slowly need to salvage those factories, make it go out of order for you to see that beautiful skyscraper. So how does fat loss actually works? Like I said before, the tower metabolism. Right now, it needs 2,500 calories. Let's just say, for example, right, it may vary from person to person, whether if you are more on the heavy side or more on the lean side or small side. So let's just assume that your maintenance calories is 2,500 calories a day. Right now, if you put in 2,500 calories a day, it is enough energy to maintain the tower up to state right now, to maintain the electricity flow, to make the tower lights up for the rest of the day, for the entire day. 2,500 calories, right? But what if you don't give it enough energy? Let's just say you only give it around 1,000 energy. Energy not just magically appear, right? Like the only time that if this tower metabolism shuts down entirely is when you die. If this tower metabolism shuts down, you will die. So your body will not allow that to happen. So even if it's lacking like 1,500 calories worth of energy or electricity for the tower, it's like, oh no, we can only use 1,000 calories for today. We're like, the government doesn't give up enough money, so we have to take somewhere else. Basically, now it's harvesting the energy. Like, another analogy I like to use is like thinking those factories, like the energy stored. It's like the gold vault inside of this tower of metabolism. Basically, they have to turn gold vault into money and buy the energy, and then have to buy the leftover energy, the energy left that's needed to maintain this tower of metabolism. Because the whole sole purpose of your body is to maintain this tower of metabolism. It's like the most important towers. If this tower shuts down, your whole body shuts down. It's like the headquarters of the entire country of your body right there. So it has to do everything that it could to maintain the state of working for this tower of metabolism. So it may slowly adapts, and then it has to take energy somewhere else. And slowly, there's this one side point I would like to say here, because it just magically pops up in my head. It's that slowly, if you like have too much of a deficit, the tower of metabolism was so slow that, oh, this dude is not giving up enough money, so let's have to, like, they know they're poor, they know they're broke, so now they have to like optimize energy use. They will not use too much energy on this tower, on this tower, and this tower, and maybe your metabolism rate goes down. That is when your metabolism and hormones goes down a little bit, and you spend less energy maintenance on the maintenance than usually. But if you still have like at least, from my point, if you put it a deficit amount of energy, but it's not too much of a deficit, and it's slowly like it says that, oh, I have to pay $5 for this subscription of this app. Or basically, I have to pay 10 cents for like 2 years to buy this dude entire knowledge about fitness and building an aesthetic physique. Top link in the description down below. Oh, okay, I still feel pretty comfortable about this. If I think about it, I will have to train for like years and years, and this dude is selling a product for only around $179. That's not too much for like the change of my entire life. Changing my entire life, having the best shape of my life, feeling way better, having more confidence to myself. Hey, that's a pretty good deal. So basically your body says that, okay, I could spend this much on this subscription, like around this much amount of energy, and I won't have to like reduce the amount of energy I have to spend. I would happily pay this slowly. But slowly their wallets will go around right away. If this is subscription, top link in the description down below. It's a one-time purchase. It's not a subscription. Will not take away your bank. If you're interested in all the knowledge, you can click on that. Okay, advertising. And basically, it will be comfortable enough that it will not make this tower metabolism function worse. So what is that sweet spot? It's around 300 to 500 calories. Let me make it short here. So basically, you should eat in a calorie deficit of around 300 to 500 calories a day to actually start to lose up that fat. Basically makes your body, the government in your body pays their money to actually maintain this state of the tower, but they will not really realize, or like they will be comfortable with the amount of money that they're paying. Basically, fat loss will happen slowly but surely and will not mess up your hormones within around 300 to 500 calories less than your maintenance. Your maintenance will vary, like I said before. And of course, alongside with that, you should still do some training, preferably weight training. Because another side point here is that muscle is also a pretty good base floor. It's like the basement floor of this tower of metabolism, and it will still makes energy. And if there's more car parked in, basically cars here, I think it's like muscle fibers. They will have to expand the dungeons, the underground floor a little bit, and it will spend more energy just by having car parked on it. Just by having car parked on it, they have to build a bigger floor, having to spend bigger energy on lightings and stuff like that. If you have bigger cars, bigger amount of cars in there, more cars parked. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that if you have more muscle, those muscles will need energy to maintain itself also. So if you train weight, send a message to your body that, oh, I need this muscle because I am still doing some hard work in the day. Your body will still spend 100% of the energy or electricity needed to maintain this basement floor of your body, of your tower of metabolism. So you will still maintain muscle. Alongside that, bump up the amount of calories that you can actually place around with, but still lose a significant amount of fat also. So they have to pump in more energy from other sources of gas tank or something like that to maintain this basement floor of your body. You don't have to do anything, but you still have the effect of running on the treadmill for 30 minutes. How cool is that? That is amazing, right? So you should eat at around 300 to 500 calorie deficit and still train weight and still do some training, especially weight training, hypertrophy training in general, to send the message to your body that you need this muscle and you would like to keep it. So your body will spend energy to maintain it, preferably fat. So you will lose fat faster to build an aesthetic physique that is amazing, and especially to show that abs quicker. And why did I start this video on, training abs 7 days a week will not show your abs though? Am I saying that you should not train your abs at all? No. Do not neglect your abs. Like arms. Like you see those TikTok boy physique online on people that are so fucking skinny. But hey, his bicep shows, his triceps shows, his abs shows, his chest is shown. Basically, abs is like every other muscle group. You will still need to train it, and if it gets bigger, it will show with a higher body fat percentage. Like my arms shows with a higher body fat percentage. If I don't train my arm, but I still lose enough fat, my arms, my bicep, and tricep will still be shown, but it will not be as big. It will still show if you lose fat. To show a muscle, you need to lose fat and train it at the same time so it gets bigger, so you can like make it visible, even with a higher body fat percentage. So how should you actually train these abs if you don't train it for 7 days a week or something like that? Train it like every other muscle group. Like I have said, train each muscle groups at least 4 sets a week to failure. Yes, a week. That could look like Monday, 2 sets of ab crunches to failure. To failure means you can't physically do a reps anymore. This video is getting long, so I'm not gonna explain too much further. I have made videos on how to train to failure in the past. It's basically my first video. You can check it out. Like on the oldest video of mine, I have explained how training to failure works. You can check it out on my channel. So you need to train to failure at least 4 sets a week. That could look like I said before, 2 sets of ab crunches, 2 sets of lying leg curls to failure. That's it. That probably took like 10 minutes, 12 minutes of your life to have a 6-pack abs, to cover up the training part to get 6-pack abs. Alongside with that, have a good diet. That is how you actually train abs. Not like, 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it will still make your abs bigger, but if you don't lose that fat, you will not show that abs. Also, alongside with that, there's like so much ab workouts online that says 8-minute ab routine, and it's all kind of like cardio style, circuit style, training stuff. It's not really gonna build your abs. Let's be real. If you follow this routine, because abs is basically like every single other muscle group. You need to apply progressive overload on it, load it with weights, not like just moving it around like, it's like saying, you should run to get big quads, bro, while you actually get the maximum gains on quads while doing squat. You need to apply that same mindset for every other muscle group you want to grow in your body. So to show your abs, you need to mostly follow a good diet that consists of calorie deficit, so slowly your body uses up those fat so that you will have a lower amount of body fat and slowly make that abs pop. Basically, to show your abs, you need to lose fat, and to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Alongside that, still trains your abs like every single other muscle group. Train it hypertrophy style, at least 4 sets to failure each week to hypertrophize those muscles to make your ab pops, even with higher body fat percentage, so your diet don't have to be super miserable just for you to show that abs out. And if you want free workout routines alongside that, a community with like-minded people to talk about fitness, the second link in the description down below is my free community where you can talk about people on fitness and where I upload free workout routine for you to start your fitness journey right away. But if you want an advanced version and every single knowledge of mine packed into one place, top link in the description down below is my paid community with courses, video calls, and a bunch of more things for only the price of under 5 per training session. All the information will be on the top link in the description down below. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.